What's up, Internet? It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for another episode of Caffeine with Speed. I'm Sean, but you can call me Speed. On to the news! Nintendo is closing down its rewards program by June of this year. Club Nintendo's been around for like 6 years now, and it's provided some pretty cool merch for fans, but you'd had to exchange some Nintendo products in the process and fill out some surveys to get coins. Now, they claim this will be replaced by a new program, but they didn't really go into details. And if you really want to capitalize on all those past Nintendo purchases, signups will close by March, so you need to get your name in there. And Nintendo will be filling the Club Nintendo store with both physical and digital goods to help everyone empty their coin wallets. Now, please, Nintendo, bring back the gold nunchuck, because I got a ton of coins. 2K, on the other hand, announced just this week that Sid Meier is making a game and it's coming from Firaxis called Starships. And you guessed it, it's about starships. As you lead a fleet through space as you try to navigate the final frontier, you'll of course get to design your own flagship, encounter alien life, and even engage in some combat. It almost sounds a bit like a prequel to Civilization Beyond Earth because you're essentially piloting the spaceships that would one day colonize a new world. I look forward to the Space Pirate expansion. And 2K also announced this morning that Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel are being bundled together for a PlayStation 4 Xbox One version called Borderlands The Handsome Collection. And if you hate yourself, there's a $400 version that includes a claptrap. Now, it's no secret how much us Guardians enjoy exploiting the raids in Destiny, but not every Activision game has such understanding overlords as Bungie. These days, Kevin Spacey's future soldiers are killing themselves to get ahead in the new Advanced Warfare, and the devs are pissed. Because you see, players have figured out if they spend one round of dying by themselves in a corner instead of helping their teammates, the next round of matchmaking will put them in with a bunch of noobs, making progression that much easier. Sledgehammer Games studio head Michael Condrey is none too happy with the results, finding it incredibly frustrating to lose based largely on his team being down a contributing teammate. His words. Now, the studio promises that the banhammer is going to come down hard on those COD players who continue to milk this exploit, but it looks like Activision hasn't really chimed in on the matter at all. I suppose they're probably still too busy hoping for exotic drops in the Iron Banner. And our news ends today on a more somber note. Moderation. It's something that most hardcore gamers balk at, but for a second time already this year, someone has died in an internet cafe from playing games too long. Not only by his surname Shay, a 32-year-old patron of a cafe in Taiwan died after gaming for days at a time. In fact, the guy was dead for a few hours before anyone realized something was wrong because they're just used to seeing him binge for, days on end and then slumping over and passing out in his chair because he's exhausted. The only difference here was this time he actually had a heart attack and was dead. And, like I said, this is the second time. Apparently a 38-year-old in Taipei had this happen literally on the first day of the year. And these incidents should serve as reminders for everyone to remember to take a break. Stretch out your legs, eat some food, and just clear your mind from games. I mean, I love them just as much as you guys do, but it's not really worth dying over. Now, our comments were a little light on the last episode, but Swatter Paladin really wanted me to talk about the new Kickstarter for Shadowrun Hong Kong. So here's my pitch. I haven't played any of the new Shadowrun games, but I remember what it was, and I also remember how Microsoft had that kind of awful reboot in 2006. Now, these new games are nothing like that. They're focusing on their roots as isometric, cyberpunk-laden role-playing games, and the new Kickstarter has already surpassed $500,000 because it aims to bring its fan base to the elaborate and dangerous city of Hong Kong. A backer request, might I add. Now, it seems cool, and if you enjoyed games like XCOM or Invisible Inc., or dare I say, Crusader No Remorse, then you should definitely check it out. And maybe leave a comment or two. So I can feature it on next week's show. Now, I won't have an episode on Friday because I'm going to be running around with Screw Attack at the arcade in PAX South, so come through Tom 10 and, just say hi. Everyone have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday.